Hello friends, you can log on to primeaptacademy.com to access complete free video courses. So this is the data sufficiency question from CAT 2004 paper. So you see the instruction over here for data sufficiency. It says choose one if the answer can be answered by using one of the statements alone but not by using the other statement alone. Choose two if the question can be answered by using either of the statements alone. Choose 3 if the question can be answered by using both the statements together but not by either statement alone, and choose 4 if the question cannot be answered on the basis of the two statements. Let's see. So this is the question here. This is the question. It says Zakib spends 30% of his income on his children's education. Let me basically take this question on the next screen. I'll just take this question over here. So what I'll do is we'll cut this, go here and paste it. So now I have the question with me, just alright, without the instruction. So I have seen the question. It says Zakib spends 30% of his income on children's education. So let Zakib spend Z amount in all. So out of that, in education E 30% is spent, in recreation 20% is spent, and 10% on healthcare. H is 10% for Zakib. Total spending of Zakib is Z. So E is 0.3Z, R is 0.2Z, and H is 0.1Z. So let me write these numbers exactly. So it is 0.3Z, 20% is 0.2Z, and 10% is 0.1Z. So this is the spending by Zakib. The corresponding percentage for Supriyo. So let Supriyo be spending total S amount. It is 40% on education. So it is 0.4S, 25% on recreation. So 0.25S, and 13% on healthcare. So 0.13S. Who spends more on children education? So we have to find which is greater, 0.3Z or 0.4S. We have to find which of them is greater, because this is the spend on education. Alright, it's a data sufficiency question. So we have to see that which of these statements will give us the information which can solve this question, that which of them is greater. Now it says Zakib spends more on recreation than Supriyo. So Zakib spends 0.2Z on recreation. It is greater than 0.25S. Okay, so now if you look at it, 0.2 and 0.25, which is bigger? 0.25 is bigger. So 0.25 is bigger here. So between Z and S, Z has to be bigger than S. Why? Because a smaller number has to be multiplied by a much larger number. So the product is greater than this larger number multiplied with a smaller number. Alright. So because 0.2 is less than 0.25, so Z has to be greater than S. Only then this product, this inequality will hold true. Okay. So Z is greater than S. So if Z is greater than S, can we say 0.3Z and 0.4S, which of them is greater? Okay. So if I compare 0.3S and 0.4Z, we just know 0.3Z and 0.4S. We just know Z is greater than S. So there can be a scenario Z is greater than S, which will make the situation that 0.3Z will be greater than 0.4S. But there can also be a scenario that Z is just slightly greater than S. In that case, this might hold true. Okay. So we don't know for sure exactly which of them is greater just by statement A. Okay. Now we look at statement B. It says Supriyo spends more on healthcare than Zakib. So Supriyo spending on healthcare is 0.13S. Let me write here 0.13S. It is more than Zakib, which is 0.1Z, which is 0.1Z. Now if I multiply this inequality by 3 on both the sides, this becomes 0.39S will be greater than 0.3Z. Alright. So we know that 0.3Z is less than 0.39S. If this is true, then definitely 0.3Z will be less than 0.4S. Alright. So then definitely 0.3Z is less than 0.4S. Alright, because if 0.3Z is less than 0.39S, then 0.3z has to be less than 0.4z. So over here we know that 0.4z is bigger than that. So we know that if that is the case, then S is who? Supriyo. Supriyo is spending more than Zakib. So we have the answer to the question. So only statement B alone is able to provide us the answer. So it says now choose option 2 if question can be answered by using either of the statements alone. So either of the statements mean over here only statement B is able to give the answer to us. So answer option 2 over here is the correct answer. Alright.